What's up, guys? My name is Tai Zen. Welcome to the Cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel. In this video, guys, I want to share with you guys 2 reasons why I believe that staking coins will continue to gain in popularity, and that they are the future of crypto trading and investing. Okay, not the future of crypto as far as in terms of like technology wise. Okay, I'm talking about the future in terms of making money in trading and investing. Okay, and here's the first reason why. Okay, the first reason is that most people that are traders and investors, especially the beginners or the ones that are unprofitable, they don't have a long-term mindset. You guys have been following me for several years now. You guys know that I keep saying over and over that the money, the life-changing profits in trading and investing is capturing the big trends. Like the trends that happen over several months, over several years, that give you a 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x return. Okay, the guys that you see that are doing the short-term, fancy footwork, day trading, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but one, you're not going to make the big money that's what I consider life-changing profits. And number 2, it's not something that's scalable. Imagine if you're managing a 7, 8, or 9-figure portfolio. Like, how the hell are you going to buy $1 million worth of Bitcoins and then sell $1 million worth of Bitcoins 5 minutes later? That's not realistic, guys. That's just not realistic. Okay. And the guys that tell you that it is, to me, they're just full of shit. They're not trading in the real world, okay? Or if they are, I don't know, like, how they're able to do that consistently day in and day out, because it's not easy to just click a button and buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin and click a button and sell $1 million worth of Bitcoin. And imagine that is the most liquid and that's the most traded coin, and you still can't fill an order with $1 million or dollars in and out quickly, right? So imagine trying to do something like Decred. I tried to sell some Decred and take profits, right? And I think it took me like a week just to sell like $10,000 worth of Decred. Okay, I'm not talking about like the OTC market or anything like that. Yes, I can call the OTC desk and unload it right away, but there's going to be a huge slippage on that. There's going to be a huge transaction cost for that. And I was not in a rush, but it still took like almost a week just to sell $10,000 worth of Decred. So imagine if you had $1 million worth of Decred and you wanted to sell it. How the hell are you going to get rid of it? So how are you going to day trade that? How are you going to get in and out in the same week? That's not very realistic, guys. All right, so the money is made in the trend when things go up for a big trend, and that's what you want to focus on. Okay, so now when you stake a coin such as Decred, you stake a coin like Pivx, like Horizon, like Energy, like Tezos, like Icon, like what else? What else is there? I'm trying to remember all this off the top of my head. Okay, like Qtum, right? Cosmos. All these coins, right? They pay a monthly income. So each of these coins, some coins, some of the coin, I'm staking several of the coins that I just mentioned, right? And some of the coins pay me like $3,000 a month. Some of the coins pay me $1,000 a month. Some of the coins pay me $200 a month. Some of the coins only pay me $50 a month, right? But if I add all that up, it provides a very, very nice income. Like there was some months this year, just my staking alone, right? Produced like over $15,000 a month, okay, for several months, okay, just in 2019 alone. So that right there, what it does is, and what it does is when I have an opportunity to do that, I found out that with myself and our team members and our clients, during the bear market, when you still have, $1,000 or $10,000 or $15,000, coming in each month, that makes a huge difference. That gives you the confidence and the the motivation to hold your coins for the long term. So what I do is, for example, like I'm staking the Energy token, Energy with an I, so it's like energy.world. So I'm staking, when I started staking those, it was paying like 90% annual returns in coins, not in US dollars or euro or in fiat currencies, but in the token itself. And when I bought the tokens, it was like under $2, and let's just round it off to $2 so the math is easy here, and I'm getting paid, you know, a 90% return on it. That means that I'm almost doubling my the money that I put into it, as long as the price of the coin stays at $2. Well, fortunately for me, it ran up to like $8 or $9, so I was able to make like 4 times the amount that month than I was supposed to. So even though in terms of the token price, I was getting like 5% return or 6% return that month, but in terms of fiat currencies, right, I was getting 4 times that amount in return. So within like 3 to 4 months, I was able to get back all my principal for the energy tokens that I had bought to stake. And so now every month when I stake it, it's just pure profit that comes in. Okay, so I get that coming in. And I get some from Qtum, I get some from Decred, I get some from Tezos, from Cosmos, and all these coins, right? And even though we're in a bear market, the fact that I'm getting these coins in and I can cash it out each month and make a profit from it to help pay the bills and stuff, it prevents me from having to dig into my savings account to use that money to pay for bills, and it allows me to sit out the bear market and still make money each month. So whenever, you know, some of the trolls and some of the dumbasses out there say that, you know, how are you making money, you know, when the market's crashing and everything? Well, you know, it sucks for them. They don't know how to stake, and, you know, they should have bought a copy of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint and learn how to do it so that they wouldn't bitch and cry about it during the bear market, okay? So now, back to what I was saying, you know, a lot of people like to stake because during the bear markets or whatever, during the bull markets they make more money, during the bear markets they make less money. Now, they're still making money, they just make less. Now, you might say, hey Ty, but if your portfolio goes from, let's say, $100,000 down to $10,000 and you're still making money each month, right? What does that matter? You know, you lost $90,000. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you that if your portfolio drops 90% and the coin is still staking and still making money, it's kind of irrelevant, right? Yes, that is true, okay? And that's why it's important that you know when to buy, to load up on the staking coins during the bear markets, so you buy at a lower price so that you still get a profit, okay? That's why it's always important to keep a cash reserve or a Bitcoin reserve so that you can buy those tokens during a bear market. Now, something like, let's just say, for example, something like Decred. I strongly believe in that project because they're solving a huge governance issue that exists in the cryptocurrency space. So let's just say my Decred drops 80%. I really don't care because, first of all, I took enough profits in the last bull market to where I don't need to make money from my crypto during the bear market in order to live and pay all my bills and expenses, okay? I took enough profits to put it aside so that I can pay my bills and expenses during the bear market, because I know bear markets happen, so I make sure that I have enough in reserves to live out the bear market until we go back into the bull market, right? So it doesn't matter if the bear market is 3 years, it doesn't matter if it's 5 years, it doesn't matter if it's 10 years, right? You know, myself, Leon, we try to make sure that we have enough money during those times to last so that we can still survive and wait till the next bull market, okay? So unfortunately, we took out enough profits for several bear markets, so we're not too concerned about that right now, okay? But during this bear markets, it's still nice to really take profits and still make money on it. Now, some of these coins, right? Let's say, for example, I really like my Decred, so I'm not like, I don't need all that staking reward. I don't need to convert it all into fiat to use that month. So what I'll do is when I stake and I get my Decred tokens, I'll put it back into the pool and continue staking it again to earn more interest on it, right? But something like the energy tokens or the Cosmos tokens, right? I might use that if I need it. So the energy tokens are the ones that's producing the most profits for me, staking each month, because that's just pure profits. And if for some reason that month I need more than that, then I can go to my next coin, which would be like Cosmos or Tron or something like that, okay? So right now, fortunately, I don't need all the profits that I make from my energy tokens, so I'm able to use some of it to pay my bills each month and then stake the rest that I don't use and continue generating more profits each month, the following month, okay? So right now, that helps out a lot. So that's the number one reason. Number one reason is that people like the staking coins because it allows them to continue making an income each month, even during a bear market, okay? That's the primary reason. The secondary reason has to deal with your emotions, okay? And this is something that you guys hear us talk a lot about, right? There's a lot of trading techniques out there, a lot of trading strategies that you don't hear us talk about because they're not realistic. Like you hear a lot of those bullshit technical analysts out there. They don't trade for a living. A lot of them just do, a technical analysis online, but they actually make their money from the YouTube ads, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing against that, okay? The only thing is that I just don't use that and don't talk about it because I know that that's not realistic. The reason why I know that these guys are not real traders and they don't trade with real money out in the real world and they only do technical analysis for advertising money is because if they did, they would know emotionally they wouldn't be able to do that, okay? So in trading, there's a group of trading techniques and strategies out there in the world that sound really good. They sound really enticing. Man, it is juicy as shit. It's juicy like a ribeye steak that's been sitting on a grill for 30 seconds, okay? It's juicy, it smells great, it's very, very enticing. But the reality is, it's not real, okay? You ever get in a situation where you're trying to grill a ribeye steak? Ribeyes, they have, I think it's like this part of the cow or something like that, where it has, a fat marbling through the meat, okay? And they have like the fat is evenly, or it's well distributed among the meat. So when you cook it, the fat sizzles and it grills the meat, and it has a really good taste. The fat is what makes it taste good, right? And then you got some restaurants, they try to trick you and they cut a chuck roast. And I think the chuck roast is like higher up on the shoulder. If I'm wrong about this and you guys are butchers out there, don't freaking jump on my ass, okay? But the chuck roast, it looks almost like the ribeye, but there's not enough fat marbling through it. So when you cook it and you grill it, it has a really chewy, rubbery taste to it, right? And some restaurants, they think they're slick and they cut the chuck roast, which is much, much cheaper and lower cost of meat, and they try to pass it off as a ribeye steak. Man, I eat those. I love ribeye steaks. So when they put a chuck roast in front of me, I can tell, all right? I can tell. I know what it is, okay? You ain't fooling me, okay? I've eaten enough ribeyes. Coming from Texas, I eat enough ribeyes to know what's a real ribeye, okay? So anyways, there's trading strategies out there that are similar to the chuck roast steaks, okay? It looks like it looks good, it smells good, it tastes good, I mean everything, but when you go to eat it, it's not the same as the ribeye, okay? On the other side, there are trading techniques and strategies that not only do they sound good in theory, they actually work in the real world, okay? Most trend trading strategies, they tend to work in the real world and they tend to do well. Most scalping and short-term trading strategies where you get in and get out in 2 minutes or in 1 minute or in 5 minutes, most of the strategies, I have not seen people make money on it consistently. That's why you don't hear us talking about it. Remember, this channel's for people who want to manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio out in the real world, not in fantasy land, okay? So we have to stick to talking to things that we know work in the real world when managing a 7, 8, or 9-figure portfolio, okay? So when we do this, okay, we have to, the techniques and the strategies we use to manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio, right, also involves managing our emotions. So the paper traders and the fantasy traders, they only focus on the techniques and the strategies, whereas the real world traders focus on how do we trade when our emotions get in the way, okay? So staking a coin helps to eliminate the emotional roller coaster that we have to go through during a bear market or when the market crashes, okay? The short-term crashes in the market, the staking helps to solve that issue. And I'm not talking about making money during a bear market. I'm talking about because there's a constant income each month or each quarter or each week, however you decide to generate that income, it soothes the emotions, okay? So right now, I'm waiting for my portfolio to go back up in the next bull market. And does it hurt emotionally because all my coins are down 90%? Hell yeah. Like somebody tells you, oh man, I'm jumping for joy. I'm electrified because my portfolio is down 90%. My coins are down 90%. right? Even Bitcoin, like some people say, well, Ty, you shouldn't have stuck with the altcoins, you should have stuck with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin fell 85% too during this bear market. So what's the difference? What's the difference if I hold on to a coin that drops 85% or I hold on to a coin that drops 90%? What is the damn difference when it drops 70, 80, 90%? Even if your coin drops 75%, what's the difference? It's all a massive drop in price and value, okay? So during this time, having that steady income each month, having, $5,000, $10,000 in staking rewards come in and converting it to US dollars or to the euro and putting it to your bank account, that really, really soothes the emotions that we have to go through. And I'm saying, $5,000, $10,000 coming in each month, even if it's only $500 or $1,000 for the guys that have a smaller portfolio, that's still a massive soothing and a healing and a calming effect on your emotions when you're trying to ride out this bear market, okay? So whatever people say, I'm gonna say that, the emotionally soothing effect that having the staking rewards come in each month and being able to cash it out to pay bills, pay for your food, pay for your car, pay for your bills and stuff, that is very, very helpful, okay? So for those two reasons, just having a monthly income, reason number one during a bear market, and number two is helping, ease the emotional stress that we have to go through during the bear markets. Those two primary reasons are the two reasons that I'm gonna say that staking coins are going to continue to grow in popularity and people are gonna rush towards it, okay? That is my honest opinion about it, okay? I see it with myself, I see it with my team, I see it with our customers, I see it with our clients, I see it with our viewers. I'm getting messages that, yeah, staking really helps, right? So that's where the evidence comes from, okay? Now, you might say this and you might say, hey, Ty, does the market really want staking coins? Does the market really want masternodes? Does the market really want, proof of stake, right? Where is the evidence that you see this, Ty? Besides your personal opinion and your clients' opinions and your customers' opinions, where is a solid piece of evidence that you can share that shows that staking is the future of cryptocurrency, okay? And that traders or investors are gonna flock towards staking, okay? So let me share with you a couple pieces of evidence, okay? The first piece of evidence that I noticed was in 2018, we did the first Bitcoin private conference in the city of Austin, Texas, and there where we were talking to we had the founder, Rhett Creighton of Bitcoin Private right there, and he was talking about Bitcoin Private and how they were going to fork it from Z Classic and from Bitcoin Core to create Bitcoin Private, right? Now, before I go any further, guys, I know there's some guys that are hurt by the loss of Bitcoin Private out there, guys, and I know that, you don't want to hear me talk about Bitcoin Private, right? But guys, I tell you guys all the time that 2/3 of my trades do not make money. Bitcoin Private is part of those 2/3. And this is the reason why I keep telling you guys, do not size your bets too big. If you lost money on Bitcoin Private and it hurt, it's because you put too much money into it. You should have put a smaller amount. Okay, I say this all the time. If you're a beginning trader, do not put more than 1% of your entire portfolio into a coin that you like. No matter how much you like it, do not do that. So for me, the loss in Bitcoin Private is not a big deal. It's just another losing coin. We move on. But for some people, it seems to still be hurt. 2 years later, they still hurt about it. Okay? This happens in crypto. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't take a loss like that, then get out of crypto. Don't invest in crypto. Okay, that's why you hear people say all the time, don't invest more than you can lose. And the amount that is more than you can lose, in my opinion, is not more than 1% of your entire portfolio. If you have $100,000, do not put more than 1,000 into it. Put 500 into it. And if you like it, it makes you money, then you can always buy more. But don't jump in there with your life savings and then lose your ass off and then bitch and complain about it. Okay, so I'm gonna say that again. Do not size your bets. Don't make too big of a bet when you're not ready for it. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, don't make a big bet. And if you don't know how to size your bets correctly, then go to www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint and get your copy of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint. In there, we have an entire module specifically dedicated to how to size your bets correctly. Okay, So go get your copy today. Quit jacking around. Quit blaming it on other people because you lost money. Get educated, get updated, and then change how you trade and learn to be a better trader and investor. Okay. So back to what I was saying about the evidence here. When we did our first Bitcoin private conference down there, this was shocking to me when Rhett Creighton and the other guys asked from the Bitcoin private team, when they asked what features that the community wanted into Bitcoin private. Take a wild guess what the number one feature that everyone in the room, and there was several hundred people in the room, guys, guess what the number one feature that everybody in that room wanted in Bitcoin private? You guessed it, staking. They wanted masternodes. They wanted masternodes, which are staking, because they like. I was shocked. Like when they raised their hand, one person said, "Well, we want masternodes," and I was like, "What? Masternodes? How many of you guys in here want masternodes?" And like over half the room raised their hand and wanted masternodes in Bitcoin private. And that was a big, even though Bitcoin private was a losing trade for me. Now, for me personally, that doesn't mean it was a losing trade for everyone on our team. There was some people on our team that made good money on it. Me, I lost money on it. So, if I had known that Rhett Creighton was not gonna do the coding and continue with the project, when we talked to him in person, he said he was gonna stick to this is his lifetime project. We didn't realize that after the conference he's gonna quit and give up on it. If I had known that, I wouldn't have even done the conference or even talked about Bitcoin private, okay? So I did not have that information, so that's how it ended up being a losing trade for me, okay? So anyways, the gain that I got out of the Bitcoin private conference was that I was really shocked how many people wanted a masternode. And they liked the idea that you can stake it and monthly income. And that was a huge aha moment for me, a huge breakthrough moment for me, because now I realized, man, there was a big enough conference there, and there was a large number of people there that survey was very real to me, and that was very conclusive to me that the market wanted staking coins. And I learned this also from talking to each of those individuals. Like, hey, after during the breaks in the conference, I asked, hey, why did you want masternodes? Well, I saw you raise your hand, and they would tell me, hey, I like the monthly income. I got Dash, I got these other masternodes, and it's making good income, and I like that, right? And I talked to several people, and everybody said the same thing. I like the monthly income. And so that, to me, was real solid evidence, right? If you didn't attend the Bitcoin private conference, you would have not have seen the desire from all of the attendees to want a masternode system, okay? Everybody wanted a masternode to generate income for them, okay? I have several masternodes running right now in my portfolio, and I will admit, it is nice that every month, right, I get monthly income. No matter if the market's going up or it's going down, the income just goes up or down along with the markets. But I do get a monthly income each month, and that's very nice to have, okay? And I plan on passing those masternodes down to my kids in the future. Matter of fact, right now, whenever I have a chance, I just collect more masternodes, and then I'm gonna hand those off as assets to my kids, right? I got 4 kids, there's a whole shitload of masternodes I gotta get for them, okay? Anyways, so that's the first piece of solid evidence that I have that the future is in staking, okay? The second piece of evidence is if you look at places, institutions like Coinbase, Gemini, Binance, Bittrex, and all these major exchanges, in the middle of 2019, what do you notice is the biggest trend among all these major exchanges and institutions and organizations? They're all doing staking. They're all offering institutional level and customer level staking for everyone. Matter of fact, it actually hurt me when they did that, because when KuCoin came out with their staking program, I was getting like 80 to 90% annual returns for staking Energy.World, energy with an I, okay, Energy.World. I was staking that and getting 80 to 90% annual returns on that. And then when the bastards at KuCoin came out with their staking program, everybody started sending coins to them, and they started staking it for all the customers, right? And bam, the goddamn energy staking dropped from 80 to 90% a year down to like 30 to 35% a year. And man, I was pissed off. But fortunately, I already got all my money back from the initial principal that I invested into it, and I was able to get that, money back. So now, even though it's staking at like around in the low 30s annually, most of it is all profits, and I already got my principal out and some. Okay, so it's all profits now. But I was kind of disappointed when KuCoin did their staking service, and now everybody's staking with them, and so the more coins that are being staked in the network, the less profits that you make. But 30-some% is still decent, so that's why I'm still staking it, because most of the other coins only stake in the teens, like 15, 16, 17%, and Energy is the only one right now that I know of that's staking double that, and it's staking it reliably, and they have enough liquidity to where I can sell it each month or each week for profit. Okay, so that's cool right there. So that's the second piece of evidence that staking is going to be the future. First one was at the conference, the Bitcoin private conference, seeing all the large number of people that want staking masternodes, and then number two is the institutions setting up staking services for retail and institutional investors. Okay, the third piece of evidence I have that staking is the future. Okay, is the fact that you look at coins like EOS and how everybody's fighting to be a block producer. You look at like Icon and how everyone is applying and fighting to be a block producer for them, right? You look at like Tezos, everyone wants to be a block producer. In them, it's called a baker. In the Icon world, it's called a P-rep. Okay, so each of them call it differently, but they're all basically block producers or masternodes, running masternodes. Even EOS, they call it delegated proof of stake, or DPoS. It's basically a giant masternode, and only 21 people can run those masternodes. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, they can make fancy names and terms for it, but basically it's all masternode systems. Okay, so these are the three reasons, the three proofs of evidence that I have that staking is going to be the future. And the fourth piece of evidence that I have that staking is going to be the future is that I recently put out a staking profits explained video, and I got a tremendous amount of feedback from it telling me to make more videos about staking, because a lot of people are interested in it, especially after I watched my video. So those are all the pieces of evidence that I have there, guys, and the reasons that I have that staking is going to be the future of crypto trading and investing. I hope you like this video. If you want to learn more about how we stake for monthly income and weekly income, you're welcome to go get a copy of the Cryptocurrency Investing Blueprint at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. In that blueprint, we talk and share everything that we possibly know about how we stake for monthly income, how to choose the correct coins to stake, how to size your bets correctly when you're staking, what services to use, where to store it so you're safe, how to run the masternodes. Those are not easy to do. Okay, we cover all that in the Cryptocurrency Investing Blueprint, and we share everything that we possibly know of how we retired early and became millionaires trading and investing in cryptocurrencies. All right, go get your copy of the Cryptocurrency Investing Blueprint today. Follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen. And if you have suggestions for a future video, leave it in the comments below. If you have friends or family or colleagues that are looking to get into cryptocurrency trading and investing, I highly recommend that you share this video with them so they can get to know about cryptocurrency staking for profits, right? I believe that staking is a really good way for beginners to get involved in cryptocurrencies and learn about how the profits that you can make, and so they can see the profits for themselves. And it's real quick. Some coins you can stake it, and within a few days you get a block reward and you see profits right away. Most of them you can see within the same month. Okay, especially if you're investing like $1,000, $2,000. Most of them you can see a profit right away at the end of the month in staking rewards, and then you can cash it out, convert it to your fiat currency, and you can see for yourself how it works. Okay, and you can test really small with $1,000, $2,000. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you forward in the future in a future video. Thank you.